This airline is fast becoming one of Asia's new superstars. It has one of the youngest fleet of aircraft flying to more than 60 destinations. The airline is also known for its high-quality service and competitive products. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're flying with Vietnam Airlines, the proud flag carrier of Vietnam. Join me as we explore this hidden gem of the aviation industry.
Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. So today I'm at Nha Trang Cam Ranh International Airport and we're going to fly Vietnam Airlines Airbus A321 in business class from here to Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. Alright, let's go check in and I'll show you the rest of the trip.
This is then followed by another flight, also on Vietnam Airlines, but this time it will be in economy class from the capital of Hanoi back to Ho Chi Minh City. With 2 flights back to back, it's going to be epic. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, then I'm glad you're here. My name is David and I'm here to bring you the most honest and unsponsored trip reports covering flights, hotels and travel destinations. If this is what you're looking for, then please feel free to check out my channel. There are hundreds of videos similar to this one for you to enjoy. This trip report with Vietnam Airlines will begin now. Vietnam Airlines' origins trace back to 1956 when the airline was established as the Vietnam Civil Aviation by the North Vietnamese government, primarily focusing on domestic routes and essential transport. Following the conclusion of the Vietnam War, the airline embarked on a period of growth and expansion. A pivotal moment arrived in 1993, marking the airline's transitions to being known as Vietnam Airlines, cementing its role as a national flag carrier. This rebranding reflected a broader strategic shift towards being a more global airline. Today, Vietnam Airlines stands as a prominent aviation force in Southeast Asia, distinguished by its commitment to a modern fleet. The airline operates a diverse selection of aircraft, including state-of-the-art narrow-body aircraft like the Airbus A321neo and advanced wide-body aircraft such as the Boeing 787 Dreamliner and Airbus A350-900. The airline serves over 60 destinations across Asia, Europe, Australia and North America. The airline's network strategically connects Vietnam to key global markets. Vietnam Airlines is also a member of the SkyTeam Alliance, allowing for a global reach through codeshare agreements and reciprocal benefits for passengers. The airline also has a reputation for delivering high-quality service, emphasizing passengers' comfort, in-flight amenities, and attentive customer care. Ultimately, it helps to bring the Vietnamese culture and hospitality to the world. So first up is the business class flight from the seaside town of Nha Trang to the capital city of Hanoi. At each of the airports where Vietnam Airlines operates, business class customers have dedicated check-in desks and generally it is very smooth and fast. On domestic itineraries, baggage allowance is 1 piece of checked luggage with a maximum weight of 32 kilograms and 2 pieces of carry-on luggage with a combined weight of 18 kilograms. At most airports in Vietnam, business class passengers are also entitled to priority security, so I was airside in no time at all. Apart from the busy hubs at Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi, airports are generally very quiet in the rest of the country. One amazing aspect of Vietnamese airport is that most, if not all airports, will have at least one lounge, and of course, domestic business class passengers are also entitled to lounge access. At Cam Ranh Airport, the Lotus Lounge will be your place to relax. A wide range of dining options is available, including a diverse menu of Vietnamese dishes alongside Western selections. However, a highlight of the lounge has to be the hot soup offering. This morning is the local delight, noodle soup with fried fish cake. If you like what you've been watching so far, then please feel free to press the like button, leave a comment down below, and share this video with your friends and family. These are the easiest way you can do, which are free of charge, to let YouTube know that you like what you're watching and the algorithm will recommend it to more people. Please also do not forget to subscribe because I regularly upload 1 to 2 travel vlogs each week. Thank you so much in advance for your support. It's time to board, so let's go. Operating our flight VN1552 to Hanoi Noi Bai Airport today is the 12 years old Airbus A321-200, registered as Victor November Alpha 338. Vietnam Airlines has a fleet of 62 Airbus A321 with an average age of 10.7 years. This particular aircraft is configured with 16 business class seats in a 2x2 layout and 168 economy class seats in a 3x3 layout. All of Vietnam Airlines Airbus A321 have this older style recliner seat in business class, and as you can tell, the seat is quite old and outdated. However, comfort wise, it is still very good. Upon boarding, a lovely cabin crew member handed each passenger a hot towel, which is then followed by a welcome drink. There were water, apple juice, and detox water. How wonderful. Having only 4 seats across, meaning each seat is very wide, and the seat cushion is also very comfortable. The seat also comes with excellent leg and knee room. You may notice the absence of a seatback monitor, and while this is a common trend nowadays moving forward, at least the plane is equipped with Wi-Fi streaming entertainment so you can use your own device to watch movies and TV shows. I'll go through the selection after we're airborne. The safety video was played and we had an on-time departure at runway 02 left. So let's enjoy the taxi and take off.
In front of you, hand luggage must not obstruct the aisle or the emergency exits.
Quý khách tắt điện thoại di động, các loại máy thu, phát sóng và các thiết bị điện tử xách tay hoặc chuyển sang chế độ trên máy bay và chế độ yên lặng cho đến khi máy bay hạ cánh, di chuyển vào nhà ga. Quý khách không sạc pin các thiết bị điện tử trong khi
I will now quickly show you the entertainment options. To enjoy the in-flight Wi-Fi streaming entertainment, simply connect your device to the Wi-Fi and type lotusstart.vietnamairlines.com into the address bar of the browser. For the main menu, you can browse through a selection of movies, TV shows, podcasts, and audiobooks. The selection is decent and more than enough for a flight of this length. At the top of the home screen, you also find the flight information and a flight map. So far, I'm a very happy camper. The flight duration on this route is approximately 2 hours, with our flight today took exactly 1 hour and 52 minutes, so one meal service will be served after takeoff. The wonderful thing about taking a business class flight in Vietnam is that it still feels like the good old days of aviation. Whether the flight is long or short, all passengers do get a proper meal with proper tablecloth and tableware. Our 2-hour midday flight today is just the perfect time to soak in that sunlight and enjoy a leisure lunch at 30,000 feet. For lunch, there were 2 choices, a Western canapé plate or a Vietnamese vermicelli noodle with grilled pork in petu leaf. For drinks, there are water, soft drink, juices, beers and wine. On the tray, there were the main course, a jelly-like dessert, your drink of choice, as well as the main meal. Overall, I think it is a very high quality and elaborated meal service considering the duration of the flight. The vermicelli noodle was very good, and the grilled pork still has that smoky grill flavour that is not easy to replicate in the air. The service was also extremely efficient yet very friendly throughout the flight. Drinks are constantly topped up and the flight attendant continuously walking up and down the aisle ensuring everything was in order. Afterwards, I ordered a Vietnamese coffee with condensed milk to round out the meal. This coffee is a Vietnam Airlines specialty in the air, so if you have an upcoming flight with Vietnam Airlines in business class, make sure you order something like this. For the remaining 1 hour of the flight, I recline my seat to rest and explore the Inflight magazine called Heritage. This is Vietnam Airlines' official in-flight magazine, focuses on tourism, culture and entertainment. So whenever I fly with Vietnam Airlines, I always read this magazine instead of watching a movie or reading a book. There are loads of contents about travel destinations, Vietnamese history and cultural highlights. It is worth reading it alone for the beautiful landscape and photography. The lavatory is clean and comes with basic amenities. As we make our way into Hanoi Noi Bai Airport, let's conclude this tour report with Vietnam Airlines right now. So while the current setup is quite old and the lack of a lie-flat product is going to be a negative moving forward into the future, however, on a more positive note, the ground experience was excellent with priority check-in and boarding, plus the business lounge at the domestic airport is also very good. The crew was super lovely from start to finish and the onboard service was so excellent and polished, I felt like as if I was on a Singapore Airlines or Cathay Pacific flight. Despite a short flight duration, you still pretty much get the full experience. Looking forward to the future, the airline is planning an order of 50 Boeing 737 MAXs to replace their fleet of narrowbody in the coming years. Those new planes will bring along a new generation of narrowbody comfort and will surely catapult the airline to a 5-star status. Now, do not turn off the video just yet because right after this, I will show you the second flight of the video, also on Vietnam Airlines, but this time we are flying on board one of their flagship aircraft on the flagship domestic route between Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City.
Hey guys, so we're now flying from Hanoi Nội International Airport to Ho Chi Minh City. On Vietnam Airlines, I'm gonna fly economy class, so yeah, it's gonna be a comparisons.
So, after a few relaxing days in Hanoi, I'm back at the airport again for my flight to Ho Chi Minh City. This time, we were flying on board one of Vietnam Airlines' 14 Boeing 787 Dreamliners in economy class. At Hanoi Nội Bài Airport, Vietnam Airlines operate a centralized check-in area for all of their domestic flights. Even though I'm flying in economy class today, my SkyTeam Elite starters allow me to use the Sky Priority counter, so check-in was smooth and fast. Nonetheless, the regular line seems to be moving fairly quickly as well. The only busiest period in Vietnam must be the Lunar New Year period, where almost every Vietnamese seem to be flying back to their hometown, so avoid that time if you're planning a trip to Vietnam soon. Economy class ticket include one checked luggage with a maximum weight of 23 kilograms and 12 kilograms of carry-on luggage spread over 2 pieces. SkyTeam recently changed their regulations, so SkyTeam Elite Plus members from other airlines are able to use the domestic lounges when only flying solely on domestic flight. So that's where I'll be heading today.
Oh, there's so many lounges. Oh my God.
Vietnam Airlines operate a flagship domestic lounge at Hanoi Nội Bài Airport, and it is huge. Again, there is a wide range of dining options, including a diverse menu of Vietnamese dishes alongside Western selections. There are also plenty of drinks to choose from. I counted at least 3 different types of beer, which is excellent considering the hot and humid weather that is Vietnam. The lounge also has an excellent view onto the tarmac below. I could just sit here for hours plane spotting. A hot tip if you're flying on domestic flagship route between Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City with Vietnam Airlines is that you can fly ahead if an earlier flight has available seats. The air route between these two cities is one of the busiest in the world, with over 9 million passengers traveling between these two city pairs. With flight as frequent as 30 minutes from each direction, you can arrive at the airport early, and if an earlier flight has available space, you can ask to be put onto that flight. So that's what I did today. My original ticket departure is 4:30 PM, but I wanted to catch up with my family once I landed in Ho Chi Minh City, so I took my chances and arrived at the airport early. Luckily, the 3 PM flight still has seats available, so I got put on that flight instead. This feature applies to all fare types and not only business class or status holders. Of course, in case of multiple requests, status holders will take priority, but otherwise, it is a very convenient feature from Vietnam Airlines. Makes it truly one of the great hidden features. It's time to board, so let's go. I have SkyTeam Elite Plus status, so I could board the plane through the priority line. Vietnam Airlines does group boarding, so business class as well as SkyTeam Elite Plus are in Group 1. Operating our flight VN215 to Tan Son Nhut Airport, Ho Chi Minh City today is an 8-year-old Boeing 787-9, registered Victor November Alpha 869. Vietnam Airlines has a fleet of 17 Boeing 787 split between 10-9 and 7-10 variants, with an average age of 7.6 years. This particular aircraft is configured with 28 lie-flat business class seats in a 1-2-1 layout and 283 economy class seat in a standard 3x3x3 layout. I already did a review of their domestic business class seats, so check it out if you're interested. In addition to the Dreamliner, Vietnam Airlines also operate a fleet of 14 Airbus A350-900 on this route. They typically operate a few north-south rotation in between long-haul international flights. The seats are pretty much standard economy affair, but there are a few highlights I wanted to mention. First up is the legroom. It is really good. The plane and seat are also used on all of the carrier's long-haul network, so this should give you a pretty good indication of the expected comfort on board. Each seat also comes with a 10-inch touchscreen display for the infotainment system. There is a USB charging port as well as 2 universal power sockets shared between 3 seats. In addition to this, the recline is also very good for economy class, comparable to many top-tier airlines and economy class I recently flew. The headrest is also 4-way adjustable, which should make for a very comfortable flight. After boarding has completed, the cabin crew began giving out wet tissues to each passengers. Shortly after that, the new Vietnam Airlines safety video was played and we began pushing back for departure of Hanoi this afternoon. So let's enjoy. Let me quickly show you the entertainment options before the service begins. Each seat has a 10-inch touchscreen display and is quite responsive. I also love how there is a quick access for the critical information regarding the flight. For your entertainment options, it is quite comprehensive with movies, songs, TV shows, games, 3D maps, and a dedicated kids section. The selection is quite decent and will be more than enough to keep you entertained on a longer journey. New movies are also added each month, and the airline also publishes this information on their social media platform as well. It is good to know that they actually pay attention to these things. However, it's worth mentioning that there is no internet Wi-Fi on board, and the 3D map is also not interactive. On this 3 PM departure, a small snack will be served alongside with a drink. If you fly during meal times, which are breakfast from 7 to 9 AM, lunch from 11:30 to 1:30 PM, or dinner from 6 to 8 PM, a more elaborated hot meal will be served. For drinks, there are water, juices, coffee and tea. I think alcoholic beverages are only served during lunch or dinner. I asked for a cup of water and a coffee. For the remaining time of the flight, I watched some movies I downloaded from YouTube on my phone and waited for our arrival into Tanzania Airport. So after having flown 2 flights, I think Vietnam Airlines is one of your best options if you want to travel within the country. Business class is surely a lot more comfortable, comes with a bigger baggage allowance and a lot more food and drinks. However, if you're on a budget, economy class is still as good and comfortable. With that, thank you so much for tuning in and thank you for watching to the end. I will see you next week with another exciting adventure. Please also click the subscribe button as to not miss our new weekly upload. Happy flying and safe travel as always. Bye bye.